Hi everybody, Matt from ClickBid. Just doing a meeting here with you or to show you how to use Skype with OBS. This is a really cool new development with Millicast, ClickBid, and the ability to bring people from anywhere in the country into your live broadcast. So we're going to be using Skype now. You can still use Zoom, but this actually is easier than using Zoom and a second laptop and piping that in. It's actually very, very, very cool. So what you do is you download Skype. Skype is a free tool. You can go to skype.com. And on a Windows machine, you want to make sure to download the desktop version of Skype. Windows has a Windows 10 app, but you want to use the desktop version. So if you don't see it here, just choose desktop and then get Skype for Windows. That'll install it on your desktop because you need a tool in the desktop version in order to make everything work. So I actually have my meeting running in Skype right now, meeting with myself. But what you want to do is open up Skype and choose the ellipsis here and get into the settings. You can also use Control plus comma. And then you want to move down to calling under the settings. Then you want to choose advanced. And then you want to turn on the NDI usage. Allow NDI usage. Just flip that so it's blue into the right. And that's all there is to it. Like I said, I've got my meeting started. And let me close this. There we go. I've got my meeting started on my laptop. And then I'm going to open OBS. So I have OBS open on the same laptop. I'm going to close this. And then I'm going to choose to make a new scene and say, okay. And again, in OBS, scenes are a lot like PowerPoint slides. So I've created a new slide or a new scene. Then I want to put something in that scene. And I'm going to choose plus and NDI source. You'll notice that there's a bunch of new options in the Millicast version that you can download from your ClickBid admin. The new version is available for download right now, and it includes the NDI source. And I press OK, and then I choose my Skype local, and I just leave everything the way it is, and then I press OK. Give it a few seconds, and then now all of a sudden, I have a window in my OBS, and it is my Skype meeting that is going on right now. So I'm going to go ahead and add that here and maybe make it about half the size. Now, one thing you can do is, we see this a lot in on news channels right now because of COVID. They bring people in from home because they can't have them in the studio, and they use Skype, WebEx to make all that happen. So if I have two people that have called in to my Skype account, then I can just add another source called NDI, and then I can choose that same Skype local, and it will drop another video in. And I can crop it, I can do all kinds of stuff with it. One thing to crop, you just press the Alt key, and then you click on any of those bounding boxes, and this lets you crop your video. So if I had one person on one side, another person on another, and so on, that will let me crop them out and move them around. One thing to keep in mind is that if you're using Skype on your own computer that's running OBS, you'll want to turn off any additional NDI sources that come in, because every time you include a new NDI source or a new window, it brings in the full output of the audio from Skype. So you can see here I have two NDI sources. Basically, all you want to do is make sure there's only one, so you don't have duplicate audio. So notice now the only one that's running is my NDI source. The other thing I did was I actually also turned off my microphone because I don't want my voice to be going into the Zoom, or I'm sorry, I don't want my voice to be going into the Skype meeting and getting mixed in with everything else. So I turn that off. Then I go into OBS. I'm ready to start broadcasting. I go to Settings, Stream, and I make sure that Millicast is chosen, and I have my stream name and token dropped in from my ClickBid admin account. I'm going to go to output and make sure everything's set up right. I'm going to choose streaming and advanced. Choose the encoder as X264, constant bit rate. You can go 4,000 kilobytes per second, which is 4 megabytes per second. I recommend doing a speed test online at speedtest.net or do a Google search for speed test. It'll let you run one. You want to make sure that your upload is greater than whatever number you put in here. So I'm going to go with 4,000 because my upload here at my office is probably 20, 30 megabytes per second. So I've got a lot of clearance to make sure that my video gets uploaded without any delays or network problems. Keyframe interval, I want to set that to 2 seconds or 60 frames, 30 frames a second. So 2 seconds would be 60 frames, but in OBS, we go by actual seconds. So I set it to 2. CPU usage preset, I'm going to go with very fast. Profile, I'm going to choose baseline. Tune, I'm going to choose 0 latency. X264 options is a command line. I'm going to do -- B frames 0. -- B frames space 0. And then that is everything I need. And I'm going to press start streaming. Then I'm going to pop open my browser and go log in as a bidder. And now I can see I'm getting feedback. I'll turn my speaker off. And now you can see that I have my video running. And if I want in OBS, I can switch. I'm going to go back to my welcome, come back here, and now it's back to the event. Welcome to the event. Switch back to my Skype meeting, and so on. So that is a real game changer from using Zoom, connecting it to your OBS laptop, because you'll notice I'm recording my screen using one program, running a Skype call with another program, running OBS with another program, and I'm watching my feed through a browser in another program. And if you look at OBS, I'm only chewing through 7.5% CPU. If I go to my statistics, it will show me that everything is running just fine. So this is a really great way to get live people into an existing OBS live stream broadcast and do everything in real time. So hopefully this is helpful. Again, go ahead and download that on your ClickBid admin. Update the version you may already have. This is really good news for us, and we're very, very happy.